Hey guys, my name's Adam if this is your first time here. Today we're going to be doing another movie club discussion for Movie Club Strikes Back. This week's pick was Servatorix. He chose Seven Psychopaths, which is a movie that I had never heard or seen before. So this movie's been described as Charlie Kaufman meets Quentin Tarantino, which I'd say after seeing it is pretty accurate. Basically, it's a story about a screenwriter trying to write a movie called Seven Psychopaths. He hasn't decided on anything other than the fact that the movie's going to be called Seven Psychopaths, so he's searching for inspiration in real life. Throughout the course of this movie, which is about writing that movie called Seven Psychopaths, he encounters seven psychopaths, or seven stories about psychopaths. It's important to specify. There is a difference. So what themes did I get out of this movie? The first one I got was pacifism, specifically Gandhi. A lot of references to Gandhi and pacifism. When the Zodiac scene happens, if you look on the background, there's a poster of Gandhi on the wall. The scene where the two characters, the main character and his best friend, are in the car, they're debating the quote, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind. They even mention Gandhi in that. The one that I think stands out the most is the story of the Quaker. You expect this huge revenge story. The Quaker basically gets what he wants without actually doing anything violent to the other person. And you can sort of put that up against other stories where a lot of the other psychopaths in this movie are serial killers. Another theme I found in this movie was the idea of reality versus what's made up inside of our mind. I mean, there's a lot of self-reference, self-referencing stuff. There's a lot of stuff where they say things that you think that are going to happen, but they don't actually happen. That's something that the movie sort of tricks you into creating in your own mind, but that's not a reality that exists. There's quite a few scenes with the main character getting drunk and being told this happened last night, and he has no idea whether it did or didn't. His best friend says, "Oh, you said this to your girlfriend." He says that didn't happen. He doesn't know what's reality and what's imagined. The first thing we're introduced is Psychopath 1 and Psychopath 7 are the same person. And of course the entire movie is about writing a movie based on reality. None of it's real because it's a movie. And now on to the parts that I am not really that much of a fan of. I really didn't like the self-referencing humor in this movie. I found the movie a little too meta, a little too self-referencing, a little too self-aware. The psychopath is yelling, "I told you, I decide how this movie ends." And all I could think is, I've seen this done a lot better in Scream like a decade and a half ago. It's not that I'm not a fan of these things, but I think that the humor comes from shattering the third wall occasionally, but by the end of this movie it was like there was no third wall to shatter. The middle of the movie also I found should have just been cut out of the movie. The part where the guy's explaining how he thinks the movie should end in a big graveyard shootout, just fantasizing about, I get that it's supposed to be lame, and it does tie into the theme of the movie if you really think about it, but it really doesn't add anything to the plot, and I really think it should have been cut. It didn't really belong in the movie. So on to the parts that I did like about this movie. Firstly, Woody Harrelson. I think Woody Harrelson is one of those actors that no matter what you put him in, I think he's awesome. I thought it was very unique, very well thought out actually, except for the parts where it's sort of dragged. I love the fact that it goes left when you always expect it to go right, and it goes right when you expect it to go left. You don't really know where this movie's going. It's kind of very hard to define. Also, I think the movie was very well done. It took a lot of risks. It wasn't the standard same old that we always get. So for that reason, I actually did like this movie. That's my thoughts on this movie. Would I recommend anyone watch it? Yeah, I would say it's worth watching. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. It really is a fun movie, an enjoyable movie, despite a few areas where I think it kind of didn't come across quite well. It kind of failed in a lot of areas. Despite that, I'd say definitely check it out. But that's all I've got to say about this movie. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.